If you are wanting to make some super cheesy, rich and hearty macaroni and cheese for the holiday season, definitely be sure to stay tuned.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side.
Hey guys, thank you for watching this video today. I hope this will be very helpful. I'm going to go ahead and get started by boiling some water. I am adding just a few tablespoons of salt just to add to the seasoning for the macaroni. And I'm going to be starting with the elbow macaroni. Guys, this is a 2-pound box. I am not using this entire box. I'm just going to use about half of it because I'm making a very small batch for right now because I'm just cooking it for tonight for dinner. But I definitely thought I would go ahead and share this recipe with you guys. I make this every single year. And this year I'm going to add something different, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But as you can see, I just added a stick of butter. I'm adding some pepper and some salt. I will say, because I made a smaller batch, I would have just kind of cut that butter in half. But I normally would use like a whole stick of butter for like 2 servings of this. So just use it at your discretion. If you're making like a large pan for the whole family, definitely use a full stick. Now I'm going to be cutting up some cheese. As you guys can see, I'm using extra sharp and I'm using Monterey Jack and Colby. This is typically what I put in my macaroni and cheese. And I like to cut it up into small blocks because I want to add these blocks to the actual macaroni and cheese. You guys will see that in just a second. And then what's left from these blocks, I'm going to shred it down, and then I'm going to mix that also into the macaroni and cheese, but we'll get to that in just a second. So right here, I'm just adding those pieces that I cut up directly into the macaroni and cheese. And what this is going to do is, as this is cooking in the oven, all this cheese is going to melt. And so it's going to be really, really cheesy. And I like to do this because I like for my macaroni and cheese to be pretty cheesy. I don't like it to be kind of just cheese on top, macaroni on the bottom type of thing. I like the cheese to kind of be all throughout. So I'm just adding those blocks, and I'm just kind of adding them little at a time, so I make sure it's not too cheesy, but cheesy enough for me. And then I'm gonna be adding about 3 eggs to this. And you guys, I don't know if you guys do this or not, but I add eggs to my macaroni and cheese because mixing the eggs in the macaroni and cheese is gonna help kind of bind it together so that it's not so loose. But you don't have to use it, it's up to you, but this is how I make mine. And then here I am shredding up the other blocks of cheese that I use, and I'm going to be adding some heavy whipping cream. You can add evaporated milk or cream. It depends on what you like. I don't measure it out. I just kind of add and go by sight. And then this year I'm going to be adding ricotta cheese. Guys, normally I add cottage cheese, and I add the cottage cheese because it's made with whole milk, and it just adds that bitterness that I'm looking for. It adds that texture that I'm looking for. And with ricotta cheese, it pretty much works the exact same way. It's just going to add a different layer and depth of taste. So if you guys are interested in using this, definitely use it. It's not going to make it taste bad. It's actually going to bump your macaroni and cheese up a notch, to be honest with you. But of course, this is not necessary. You do not have to add this. But I like to add it to my macaroni and cheese. It definitely makes it taste really good. And then one thing new that I'm adding is a pack of Velveeta cheese. I have never used this in my macaroni and cheese before, but I thought for this year I would use it. It definitely helped to smooth out the macaroni and cheese, and it just makes it really, really creamy, I've noticed. And this is the creamiest that my macaroni and cheese has ever been. Normally it's pretty just cheesy, but now it's like cheesy and creamy, and I really love this. My kids really love this. So guys, I definitely recommend it this way. And right now I'm just adding the cheese, the sprinkled cheese, the shredded cheese, I'm sorry, into the macaroni and just mixing it in. And then you guys are gonna see me go back on top and just add another layer of cheese and kind of spread it out, and that way I can go ahead and put it in the oven. And I'm using extra sharp because I prefer extra sharp cheddar cheese in my macaroni. I like that bitterness. I love how it comes out. I love how it tastes. So now I'm just adding a piece of foil loosely to the top, and I'm gonna put this in the oven at about 400 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. And this is, guys, is gonna come out so luscious, so cheesy, and you guys will see that in just a moment. And guys, if you are wanting to add that brown layer to the top of your cheese, definitely 10 minutes before your macaroni and cheese comes out the oven, you want to remove the foil and broil it for about 10 to 15 minutes, and that way you get this really brown crust on the top. And guys, look at this. This is super cheesy, rich and luscious. Every single bite is full of cheese. Every single bite is full of flavor. This was very easy to make, very cheesy. If you don't want yours this cheesy, definitely don't add as much cheese as I did. But I love mine this way, and I just love how rich it is. And this is definitely something that my whole entire family will enjoy for the holidays. So guys, please leave a comment below and let me know what you think. If you try this recipe at home, definitely give this a thumbs up and let me know how it turned out. And until then, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side.